I'm a mess, so just ignore me. But I'm gonna start. I usually put it on my stomach, like oh, beautiful, sitting down. So insulin, I use an insulin syringe to suck it out of the cartridge. But you will get syringes and needles with the cartridge. So you need those. Alcohol pads, and then the tubing infusion sets all in here. So the first thing is to go to options and stop insulin. And then it's going to stop all insulin. So then hit options again and load and change cartridge. It's going to say, make sure your infusion set is disconnected from your body. Are you ready to continue? And I'll say yes. So then it's preparing for cartridge, and while I do that, I untwist it there, squeeze the sides here, and pull out. So it's the tubing, and then this comes off pretty easily, just like that. Okay, and then the case, I have to pop it off really quick. Alright, so then the cartridge is on the back here. I'm going to use the back of my syringe actually to pop it off. It just pops off like that. And then I'm going to suck out what's in the cartridge still. It said I had 9 units by the time I got over here to do this. So let's see. Alright, and I've got 32 units that I just pulled out, and it said I only had 9, which is sucky. So I wasted probably that much on my first one because no one told me, but now I know. Go ahead and I just push it into the vial just to get it in there. Kind of mix it all together. I know, whatever. Alright, so then I'm going to attach the needle to the syringe for the cartridge. I would never use this on your body at all because it is thick and kind of square pointed and not comfortable. Its sole purpose is to fill up the cartridge. So if my fingers want to work, there we go. So first thing I do is I put the needle on there, and then you want to stick it in the very middle. It's this little white dot here. Stick it in the very middle without insulin in it and suck out the air. Excuse me. Because it is just like a balloon in there. So I just sucked out like a full syringe. I usually do 2 full syringes because it's just going to get smaller. So it's not that big of a deal. But the fuller it is of air, the more it's going to think that there's insulin in there. So, alright. So then I take the syringe, fill it with air, and I'm going to do, this is beeping at me because I'm taking a while. It'll be fine. So I fill up my syringe all the way. Blah, blah, blah. That's done. Make sure there's no air in it. And then again, you just stick it in the middle of the white circle and inject it into the cartridge. Alright. Done. Let me find the needle cap. I have 2 piles. I have a garbage pile and then a sharps pile. So these 2 are sharps. Here's my garbage pile. Alright. So then every time the screen's gonna lock, so you just have to hit the 1, 2, 3 on it. Okay, it's saying cartridge is not finished being loaded, so I say okay. Slide on the new cartridge, and then you have to hit the unlock button. So is cartridge installed? Yes. So it's going to detect the cartridge. While it's doing that, I like to get the tubing ready. It's super easy. There's like a little peely thingy. Peel that off. Peel off the paper that's on it. This side is the side you pull out. And then this little lid pops off. The tubing is all in there, so you want to be careful when you unwrap it that you don't pull the whole injector cannula thing out. So you just want to unravel it. Of course, I got one that's like stuck. There we go. And you don't want to pull it too hard. But I unravel it all the way, and there's like a little indent, so it kind of hangs out there. So then this thing says make sure the set is disconnected from your body, because you do not want to have the new infusion set put in your body for this next point. Okay, so next screen you'll fill your tubing. So before I connect that, I'm going to put my case back on so I don't have to disconnect it later. Then I'm just going to twist. So the tubing is connected. Again, it's not in my body yet. You want to say, okay. So for the ones we got, sometimes it can take 10 to 15 units to fill the tubing. So I'm just going to start, and I watch it. At the top here, this is just the blue needle protector, so I'm going to pop that off. At the top, you'll see 3 drops, and that's how you know it's full. I'll blow my nose really quick because I'm a mess. Okay, I'm so sorry. So this is the longest part. Oh yeah, this is a beautiful angle. You're lucky I love ya. While it's filling, I will actually take off the sticky part, because I have forgotten several times to take off the sticky part and literally try to inject it and it doesn't stick. And that sucks. But, alright, I'm going to, I've got my sensor here. I'm gonna put it over here. So I'm gonna go ahead, while that's filling, it's at 8 units now. And let that air dry. Oh yeah, mama rolls. Alright, at 12, and I'm starting to see drops. So then I'm going to manually stop it. What did I do with my alcohol pad? Oh, there we go. I take the corner of the alcohol pad and I just clean up the extra insulin, just so it's not wet around the injector. This machine is detecting insulin. So it says if you see drops at the end of the tubing, press done. If not, you can hit fill to continue, but I saw them. The last step is to fill the cannula. So first you want to put it on. So it looks like this. You'll pull this back till it clicks. There are ridges on the side, and that's where you can hold it and it won't inject. And there's 2 flat circles, and that's what you push to inject it. So you can see on here the tubing is coming out this way. And I like to have that facing in. So I'm going to place it where I want it. My educator had a good point. She said push it down as hard as you can, so you know that it's going to stick. So I'm just going to do that. Push the white part down in the middle. And lift it up. It comes out like that. The lid goes back on here to keep it safe. You can do sharps or garbage because it's protected. She's told me that. So now it's stuck on here. And I like to push around it like I do with the Dexcom just to make sure it's good. So the next step is to fill the cannula that's in there. So insert new set and connect the filled tubing. yes, it's going to do 0.3 units. So it's starting fill.